Fewer than 1 in 10 men ever get leaner than 20% body fat, not because it's impossible, not because they're lazy, but because most are trapped in what I call the fog. And you don't break out the fog with more discipline, you break out with clarity. Let's dive right in. Ben was 42, trained 4 times a week, no booze on weekdays. Meals were chicken, eggs, broccoli, a bit of rice. Mate, I feel like I'm doing everything right, but I still look soft, still no abs. And on the surface, yeah, it looked textbook. But once we tracked it, here's what doing everything right actually looked like. A morning latte, 150 calories. 2 eggs cooked in butter, another 100. 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, often double that, 300 to 600. Olive oil with dinner and lunch, 3 tablespoons, over 400 calories. Protein mostly crammed into dinner, barely 25 grams by 4 p.m. No junk food, just the kind of small, clean decisions that quietly derail fat loss. This is effort without precision, the trap that most guys fall into. The brain gives extra permission when we think we're eating well. It's called the healthy food halo, and it leads to subtle compensation. More nibbles later, larger portions at dinner, earned snacks on weekends, and since hunger cues lag behind, you end up overeating without realizing it. Research shows that most men underreport intake by 400 to 600 calories a day, not from fast food, but from healthy foods eaten mindlessly. We didn't cut his carbs, we didn't add cardio, we just tracked honestly for 7 days. That revealed the 600 calorie gap. We bumped up his protein earlier in the day to manage hunger, added more fiber, cut nothing else. Result, Ben's weight trended down within 10 days. Energy went up, hunger dropped, all because we replaced effort with accuracy. If this feels familiar, hit subscribe, it's free and it will save you months of guessing. James was 45, ex-rugby player, tracked macros since 2016, did everything right. Honestly, mate, I don't need education. I just need to break through this plateau. He trained 5 to 6 days a week. 3 of those were HIIT or long runs. He was always drenched, always exhausted, but still stuck at 21% body fat, same weight for 6 months. So we looked closer. Meals were dialed in, protein was high, but evenings, I don't know what happens. I eat dinner and 30 minutes later, I'm raiding the fridge. Turns out his morning cardio left him ravenous by 8 p.m. Sleep was patchy, recovery wrecked. And some research shows that this wasn't a willpower issue. It was a physiological overreach. He was trying to out-discipline his own biology. Here's what we changed. Swap HIIT for walks, 10 to 12,000 steps daily. Capped running to once per week. For joy, not for fat loss. Preloaded carbs and protein around training. Cut caffeine out by 10 a.m. Sleep improved fast. Within 7 days, night cravings vanished. He felt normal again, not desperate, and the scale started dropping for the first time in months. James didn't need to train harder. He needed to recover better. Fat loss isn't about punishment, it's about precision and knowing when to pull back, then to move forward. Matt was 40, worked in finance, 4 weight sessions a week, a walking desk, meal prep like a machine, from Monday to Friday, flawless. I'm on point during a week, but I let loose on weekends. You gotta live, right? Here's how that looked. Friday night, a couple of beers and a burger. Saturday, lunch out with family, dinner with friends. Sunday, hangover brunch, just some grazing throughout the day, nothing crazy, but by Monday, he'd unknowingly added 3,000 to 4,000 calories and his entire weekly deficit gone. And then some. The scale wouldn't budge, the mirror didn't change, and he felt like his good behavior wasn't paying off. But here's the truth. Fat loss doesn't care about your weekdays. Your body doesn't press reset every 24 hours. It works on averages, not moments. 2 to 3 flexible days can undo 4 to 5 disciplined ones, especially when alcohol, high-fat meals, and reduced activity collide. And worse, that mismatch between effort and outcome kills momentum, because in your head, you were 95% on point, but on paper, you averaged maintenance or a surplus. Here's how we coached Matt through it, shifted the metric. We stopped focusing on daily perfection and started aiming for a weekly calorie target with flexibility built in. Front-loaded protein and fiber on weekends, big protein-rich brunches, lots of veg, no starving until dinner. He felt fuller, snacked less, and stayed in control. Pre-logged fun foods. If you wanted a pizza Saturday night, we logged it Friday morning. That made everything else adjust automatically. No guilt, no rebound. 2 weeks later, scale started trending down again. Matt didn't feel restricted, just aware. Daniel lost 9 kilos in 4 months, clean meals, good steps. He was consistent, proud, committed. Then, nothing. I don't get it, Adam. Same meals, same training. I didn't change anything. Exactly. That was a problem. Daniel was still eating for a 205-pound body, even though he was now 185 pounds. As you lose weight, your calorie needs drop, not just because your metabolism slows, but because physically you require less energy to move through the world. Most guys forget this. They assume what worked will keep working, but your deficit shrinks in silence. NEAT drops, BMR drops, and suddenly maintenance calories have shifted without you noticing. Here's what we did with Daniel. Recalculated his new TDE based on his current weight and steps. Upped his steps from 8K to 10 to 12K daily. Kept training exactly the same, no cardio punishment. Added more fiber-rich veg to all his meals for fullness without calories. Then we scheduled a weekly audit, 15 minutes to review portions, logs, patterns. 7 days later, fat loss resumed. Not fast, but real, sustainable, and most importantly, predictable. Daniel didn't need to push harder. He needed to meet his body where it was, not where it used to be. The men who get under 20%, they keep recalibrating because they know what got them here won't get them there. Getting below 20% body fat isn't about finding the magical food macro split or supplement. It's about removing the guesswork, managing your environment, and fixing the stuff outside the gym. Precision, sleep, systemization. Boring? Maybe. Effective every single time. If you're stuck in that 20 to 25% zone, spinning your wheels, you don't need more hustle. You need a smarter system. I post videos like this every Friday, so subscribe if you got this far. And if you need an extra push, sign up to my free 5-day nutrition course below. If you want me to walk you through everything, your full transformation, apply for one-to-one coaching, also below. If you're down to around 15% body fat and still can't see your abs, this video I made will tell you why and what to do next. Have the best day, and I'll see you there.